He has a very specific position that we want to make sure that we have the safe stabilization of this building, and in hopes and anticipation for rehabilitation, renovation, if not demolition and rebuild. So it's not without our hope and anticipation of economic development for this building. Behind me are the teams that work so diligently to make sure that everything that can be done is done in preparation for the stabilization, especially prior to Super Bowl. As we all know, that is an imminent danger at any different time, and we've seen things fall multiple occasions. As a result, we've worked with the council, and Council President Morrell has joined us as well, and he'll have certainly the microphone right after me, to hire a contractor to stabilize and evaluate and determine, and then in short order work to stabilize the building prior to Super Bowl. I have them to my left. It's Remesant and Rick and Terry are here. They flew in last night because our goal and our purpose, I was hoping to have this on Plaza Tower so that they could start the work. Unfortunately, ownership has filed a TRO. We are now in a situation where it is being heard, I believe, next Thursday. I have copies of the TRO. And really the purpose of this press conference is to, one, express the frustration the city has when we have everything lined up and try and anticipate to do the right thing and protect the public, and we are met with constant hurdles. Now, once again, I believe that it is important to have an economic stabilization for this building in the future, but danger and the public welfare is tantamount in any of those conversations. So I'm going to turn it over to Council President, and then you all certainly can have questions either for the team or the vendor, the contractor. But delays right now are dangerous, and frankly, that is why we're hoping and anticipating to educate the public and the media that this is something that we have to deal with, that we are not happy about, and we hope in the future it's resolved. Council Member.
Thank you, CAO Montano. I think I speak for the council and the public in that we are extremely frustrated and tired of the antics of this ownership group. We've seen the hairnet. We've seen the pieces of the building falling on pedestrians, bicycle riders, and vehicles. And at every instance where the city tries to have some kind of accountability with the ownership group, it has fallen on deaf ears. As we speak today, even as we try to secure this building, you have major thoroughfares that are blocked and unusable by the public because there is no urgency from this ownership group to take care of their own building. We're done. And it is increasingly frustrating and maddening that at every turn when the city tries to do the right thing, that economic interest and economic value of an owner group seems to outweigh public safety. I fully support the administration. The council passed unanimously the plan to safely secure the building, to get a full evaluation of how dangerous it might be, and to potentially, additionally, if necessary, demolish it. It is not sufficient for the ownership group to keep saying, hold off a little longer, we're going to sell it. I think with pieces of the building falling off on a regular interval, with the fact that this building's been on the market for years, the likelihood that it will ever be sold is a pipe dream. The city can no longer afford to wait for this ownership group to get their act together. It's time for us to do what is necessary to make it safe. Mr. Davis has done his work. Code enforcement, safety and permits, they have done the work, and we have been in front of this judge on numerous occasions. And to date, I want to make everyone aware, even as those streets are closed, we can't even get the ownership group to pay for that. We're all done. This is going to play out in court, but our posture as a city is now no longer to take anything that this ownership group does with any full faith and credit. This is probably going to be a war, and we're in for the long haul. Thank you.
We're open for questions. Terry, just short and sweet.
Mr. Montano, given the urgency that the councilman spoke of, is there any way that the hearing could have been held sooner? TROs over the weekend?
Thank you. The short answer is we were made aware of the TRO late last night. So I think the timing was very specific for ownership. We had flown people in to come and evaluate and start the stabilization process this morning. They were going to be on ground at 9 a.m. They filed a TRO for us not to enter the premises. Yesterday, we received it last night. Judge Medley, I believe, is the one that signed the TRO and scheduled the meeting for Thursday of next week. Now, I'm not going to try to pretend lawyer on how you advance or accelerate that, but the sooner the better, certainly for us to address that, would be in our best interest, at least the city's best interest. Once again, I think delay is dangerous at this point.
And could we hear from the contractor on what you are immediately ready to do?
Sure.
You know, if things play out in your favor in court?
Sure. Rick or Terry, feel free.
Yes, under Gilbert.
Identify yourself, please, at the mic.
My name is Rick Hall, Renaissance Incorporated. Our corporate office is out of Indianapolis, Indiana. We flew out here with a team of about 5 other folks who were prepared to perform inspection, preliminary inspection, to get a feel for what we needed in order to continue and maintain further in-depth inspections. Some of that inspections entailed flying the exterior of the building with a drone or a team of drones, and performing interior inspections with 3D reality virtual modeling on every floor, as well as we've engaged with Thornton Tomasetti out of New York City, who's a widely known structural and forensics engineer. They had a team that was going to be present next week after our initial investigation to perform the more thorough forensics investigations of the building, to see what needs to be done. Number one, to make the building safe for the surrounding public, and number two, as a beginning of what needs to be done ultimately for the demolition of the structure, if that's where it goes.
Thank you. Stephanie?
So, just to be clear, the purpose of today's press conference is to really sort of amp up the pressure on them. I mean, legally, like Sabrina said, you can't make the judge hold a hearing on this, but just to make people aware of the process.
I think that is a fair characterization, but it's also, I think, vital for the public to understand that we are trying to address this imminent threat. And the hurdles that get thrown in front of us can often be overwhelmingly challenging, whether they're litigation or other pieces. As you heard the gentleman prior, this is a professional group that is here to stabilize and make safe the building, because we're going to have hundreds of thousands of people coming here in the next several weeks, and time is absolutely of the essence. Any delay is something that we are trying to engage the public and the media to understand the situation that we're dealing with, and then in hopes, as you said, pressure resolution so that we can certainly move forward and make this part of the city incredibly safe. Everybody's on edge, certainly, for a million different things. We want this handled.
I'm just curious, did you call them, like, after you got the TRO last night or earlier this morning before scheduling this press conference? Have you had any discussions with either the groups?
This has been a long-going legal back and forth. Me individually know when it gets into the legal conversations, lawyer to lawyers, there has been numerous amounts of conversations, and this dates back years, as the council member said. We've always gotten, give us some more time, we're going to sell it, we have this great owner, we have this great plan, we have this great, and that's fine. I hope that does come to fruition. I really hope this building comes back into commerce, but we can't let the foot off the pedal for the sake of time and delay.
Alderman?
And correct me if I'm wrong, the council passed about a $2 million plan because of this TRO. Is our taxpayers basically just paying for this group to be here just to be here because of the TRO?
Well, the short answer is yes. I mean, the issue is the ownership was on notice when the council passed our initial resolution saying that we support the administration flying in this group, going through the process of doing an initial safety review of the building and what necessary steps were required to secure it. They had ample notice, and obviously they were aware when we were going in because they secured the TRO right before that team goes in. So the issue is, and I think it's important to note, any of the monies the city would spend to secure the building would ultimately have to be paid as a lien against the owners. So part of the economic incentive to block us securing the building is because whatever costs are required to secure the building would ultimately attribute back to them. Should we be successful in lifting this TRO, you can be assured we are going to go after the money that was just wasted by flying this team in to do this work. Because regardless of when we get in the building, the team is still going to have to go in. So the cost of doing this security process, by virtue of filing this TRO, those costs went up because we paid for them to come down the first time. We're going to have to pay for them to come down again, and that's just making this more expensive and delaying the process.
Do y'all anticipate being able to perform any work in time for the Super Bowl?
I think it's up to the judge. I mean, the reality is that it was already a tight timeline to get them in to begin with. And certainly I think, and I fully appreciate the administration having this press conference to share this with the public, is that this delay will impact public safety. Our goal as a city is to make sure Plaza Tower is secured and safe and resolved. What we've seen from this private group is that that is not their goal. Their goal is to make sure that they can either sell this building or reduce how much money they have to spend to secure it, because thus far, all we've gotten is the hairnet. And we've had plenty of pieces fall off this building with the hairnet on top. It is not sufficient. It's never been sufficient. And I think now that the city has taken a more aggressive posture, because at this point, the credibility of that group is shot. We have given them every opportunity to self-secure the building and make it safe. That has been a failure, which is why we're having to spend public dollars to bring in a group to do it. And then we'll later have to, through liens and other mechanisms, try to recover that money. We're in this position because we've given them every opportunity to do the right thing, and they haven't. And even today, I would argue, filing this TRO at the last minute, if they were going to file a TRO, they could have filed that after the council passed the resolution. Then we wouldn't have flown these guys down. And that would have spared us some of the cost to resolve this legally. Instead, they waited till the last possible minute after the city had already spent public money to try and resolve the safety issue, and have caused a new obstacle, a new expensive obstacle that is further undermining public confidence this building is safe.
How much, since we're talking specifically dollars, how much did it cost to fly the contractors down? And, of the $2 million that I guess was allocated for this?
Well, I think the total is 2.7, and the granularity of the flight, I don't know. I wouldn't even try to speculate. But the cost is vital, and it's public dollars. The timing is more what concerns us and the team and the council member. The more delay and the more time, the less time they have to get in, evaluate forensically, and then stabilize, the hardening of some of those marble slabs, potentially, the protections of the surrounding areas, the falling debris, things of that nature. So timing is really what is the most concerning in this situation.
Would you say, Mr. Montagna, that public safety right now is in jeopardy because of this?
I think that I'll be cautious to over-predict. I mean, God willing, nothing does happen, but certainly we are concerned enough of this delay that we are going to take as many precautions as we can legally. Remember, we can't be on the premises right now at all, and that's to our detriment and the city's detriment, to ensure that there is safety measures in place. And we hope that this will accelerate the process, that we will then be able to embrace stabilization the way we know and anticipate. So that is the way I think the safest way to answer that.
Thank you all for coming, as the, you have one question? Go ahead.
Worst case scenario, if you can't stabilize this building come Super Bowl,
Is there a plan now? Would you increase the radius around the building, close it off?
Yeah, it's hard for me to answer a hypothetical, because this is actually could actually happen. I think that there will absolutely be more and further conversations to how we can better protect the area surrounding potential debris or debris fall. One strong wind, one strong storm, there's a lot of issues that we are obviously thinking about. There are some weak panels that our building inspectors have already identified, so we do know that we will have to do something if we are not able to get this group in to do their work.
I mean, I'd only add, obviously, Councilmember Harris, whose district this is in, has been intimately involved in this process. She has been an advocate for doing something with Plaza Tower, and I just want to share she is as frustrated, if not more frustrated, because she's dealing daily with all the business owners. Because as you know, these closed streets directly impact all the businesses around it. People literally reroute their entire ability to navigate downtown, and this one economic group, this one ownership team, they're negatively impacting everyone around them with no repercussions. And that has to stop. I mean, the priority for this city, this council, is to make sure this building is safe and secure and that we can have the rest of downtown operate normally. But I want to reiterate how infuriating it is that we have these streets closed in the city of New Orleans right now that people cannot use, and we don't even have that ownership group paying for that. If you close a street in front of your shop to utilize it for some purpose, you have to pay for that. They are not even paying for what the damage they're causing ongoing right now.
We had interviewed one of the guys with the Super Bowl coming. They said they were going to do some beautification things to the Plaza Tower, whether it's wrap. I've seen some of the buildings around the Superdome having wraps put on them. Is that still in the process?
We would love for that to continue to happen, but putting a wrap on an unsafe building is ridiculous. So we want to make sure it's stabilized, and then hopefully it does get wrapped. I think that's a beautiful building. It's an iconic building. The history of it is incredible. So we do hope it gets wrapped. And thanks for bringing up Councilmember Harris, Councilmember Morel. She and I have been in conversations over the last several days. She wasn't able to make it in such short notice. Her team is here, and if you all would like to say anything on her behalf, you're welcome to. Okay. Good choice.
I want to clarify real quick, I'm sorry. Yeah, had the TRO not been in the picture, when would the team?
They would be there right now. They'd be there right now.
First contract with them to bring them here. Is that?
It had to be through competitive bid. Austin, Anthony, however.
Yeah, we procured it in December of last year. The proposal came in February. It went through council committee on December 11th, and then the full committee on the 19th, and was signed shortly thereafter by the council president and the mayor.
Following all this, is it, because, I mean, you mentioned this could be your words war, is a demo on the table if following in the future? I know.
Based upon the council resolution and communication we've had, the goal was always to go in initially with this first chunk of money, because it was to be clear, the amount we approved was a very large amount. But this initial piece, the piece that's been delayed, was just having a third party go in, say the building can be secured, so no pieces are falling off into the public, and to then have a full longer term evaluation as to how viable the stability of the building is. On the table was always demolition, but that's the last resort. Right now, the primary thing we're facing today and why we're here having this press conference is we cannot, as a city, assure the public the building is safe because we are being barred from making that evaluation. And it's important for everyone to realize in this period as the legal war begins, we are still being prevented from having a third party go in and say, this building is safe, and if it's not safe, that we can, as the city, secure it to make sure it is safe. We are barred from going in. That is very dangerous. And that is what we're trying to express to everyone right now. We can't get in the building to say it's safe. So based upon that, the public has to assume that it's not.
Thank you, Councilman. Ladies and gentlemen, we have to wrap up. Thank you for coming. As you said, this was developing last night, and all of the teams that's assembled here today thought it was important to bring this information to the public. Any other further updates, we will try to provide through the day if they develop